Hey guys, I wonder if you can hear me. I hope so. Anyone else come out to nature, given that we have natural health as a thing that we're all into? Anyone else come out to nature to find some guidance and some answers? Hey Carla, hope you are enjoying your trip. So today I wanted to talk to you guys about a bit of a concept, and I was going to draw it on a whiteboard in my office, and I was going to do all sorts of stuff, but instead I decided to come out to nature. And I wanted to share with you some of the fears that have been coming up for people. Hey Hayley, and anybody else who's watching. I'm in our local most amazing nature reserve, well, one of them anyway. I love coming out here, particularly after it rains. And today I wanted to share with you guys, look at this, isn't it magical? So just a bit further up there is a waterfall, and you can see the water coming down, and there's different ways in which the water flows. Some of those water droplets go over to here. Some of those water droplets go and they speed past around the bend, and look at them bubbling away and going down there. I love the whole notion of being a drop of water. I'm a bit of a micro-macro type of person, and I remember a time when I thought what I did didn't matter. And there is so many of you guys that think that small thing that you're doing today doesn't mean jack shit. Sorry for the swearing. But in actual fact, if you look all the way from up here at the waterfall, there is so many droplets of water, and if we were going to really take notice of those droplets of water, even though they all look the same as one another, even though they all look like they're taking the same track, even though there is so many different droplets of water, and every single one of those is moving at its own pace, with its own direction, but collectively each of those drops of water create this movement and this extraordinary, like Michelle's just saying, spectacular flow. And it creates even more flow and more flow and more flow down here, taking different journeys. But all of those drops of water are integral to that entire system flowing all the way to where it flows out to the ocean to affect all the other drops of water. Now, as simple as an analogy this is, you guys are not just a drop of water sitting all by yourself, freaking out, having your own little whatever you think is going on for you. Each time you create a little bit of movement in your business, each time you share a little bit of wisdom with somebody around health and well-being, those other little drops of water around you, they share with the people around them. And anyone who's been in practice for a little while knows what it's like to share a little bit of wisdom and a little bit of inspiration and a little bit of hope to somebody who needs to hear it around their health and their well-being. And then this happens. It flows on to everyone else in that person's family. It flows on to everybody else in that person's workplace. It flows on. And when you share your Celebrate Any Days, when you share your insights here in the hub, that flows on to other practitioners to see, oh, there's a new way, I can take that path. There's a new way, I can take that path. There's a new way, I can take that path. And sometimes, see that little eddy in the middle there, where you feel like you're going round and round and round and round and round in circles? That's totally cool too. Because without that bit of going round and round and round in circles, all those other drops of water around the outside couldn't do their thing and follow through with the flow. So at some stages, we're sitting there freaking out that we're going round and round and round in circles, but we're creating opportunities for so many other people to be affected by health and well-being. So when you get stuck in those little eddies, like you're going round and round in circles, or you think, oh, everything's going so slow over here, there is still flow and there is a way. And if you have a little moment to look out for the way that you are so important in this big flow of creating natural health and well-being on the planet, there is a chance that you can be part of the whole. And the truth is, you're always part of the whole. And whenever you're stuck, it's part of the whole movement and the whole flow of what's happening. Yeah. Hey, I'm back. The thing is, we can all get stuck in comparisonitis. Why is that water drop over in the corner going faster than I am? Why is that water drop got a slipstream to be able to go wherever it wants to? And why am I stuck over here in the eddy? And when those moments come up, they always do, and that's what we love to share here in the Hub. And I've seen, especially since we opened up the conversation around fears the other day, it's all part of the process. It's all part of the flow. And we are part of nature, and we are humans, and we will sometimes be in the beautiful flow and the beautiful current and the slipstreams. And sometimes we'll get stuck. But eventually we're going to get there all together. And in those moments, know that there's other water droplets, or there's other practitioners in the same boat. And that we're all part of moving and creating this movement of health around the planet. And we're all doing that small thing of movement will bump and move somebody else. That small share that you do around what you're doing in your business or your life, that small share about what you've learned about when it comes to health and well-being, it affects the next water droplet next to you, which happens to be a human. Get the analogy? It affects the things that you do today will affect your flow, and they'll affect the flow of health and well-being on the planet. Don't take for granted the small things that you're doing and the small changes that you're making and the small inspirations and perspirations that you have, because every single one of them creates movement. Sometimes into the eddies and the currents, sometimes into that fast flow, but it creates movement. So, I guess my thing for you today is to know that you're not alone, that we are all water droplets. We are all in the flow and sometimes out of the flow, but you're not alone in that either. You'll always get back into the flow. There are some ways to get that flow a bit quicker, especially knowing that you're not alone. If you wanted to join the Naturpreneur journey, it's a bit of a slipstream. You know, it's actually a bit of a waterfall for some of you guys that have been in it, right, Mel? So it takes a little bit to get in it. It's super fast, super fun, and it'll get you there quicker. But it's just an opportunity to give you a little slipstream for the journey that is your practice and the effect that you're having in this flow of health and well-being on the planet. So, yeah, that's my little insight for today. I thought it was a little bit more poignant than drawing it on a whiteboard for you, because each one of you is important. Each one of you is creating change and movement yourself, and that flows into a much larger movement that you don't even know where it goes yet. But that movement that you're creating today, that's part of it. All right, go and move and shake and do what you do in the world. Do you. Do it your way, in your path. And no hard sell. If you wanted to join the waterfall that is the Naturpreneur journey, it's closing next week. And we can get you there super fast and super fun for a little bit of your entrepreneurial journey. All right, I'll catch you later. Bye.